guys, welcome back. This is round 2 of the super exciting match between AlphaZero and Stockfish. AlphaZero plays with white pieces and Stockfish plays with black pieces, and white plays knight f3, knight f6, d4, e6, and c4, b6, and g3. Queen's Indian defense variation, bishop b7, bishop g2, and bishop e7. And AlphaZero plays short castle, and d5. A strange pawn sacrifice on move 7 of the game. E takes d5 and knight h4. Knight want to go into f5 and d5 is ping. So black plays c6 and here c takes d5, knight takes d5 and knight f5. Stockfish plays knight c7. He's going to place d5 and black aims to build a powerful pawn center. And here white plays e4, d5 and e takes d5, knight takes d5, and here AlphaZero plays knight c3. Here he's actually a full pawn down, and against Stockfish plays knight takes c3, and here white plays queen g4, attack the pawn on g7 and try to checkmate. So black plays g6 and white plays knight h6 check, king g7 and b takes c3, and here bishop c8, attack the queen. The queen moves to f4 and here queen d6. Stockfish is happy to trade queens, but AlphaZero plays queen a4 and here g5, attack the knight on h6 and AlphaZero plays rook e1, attack the bishop on e7, king takes h6, and now white is also down a knight, and here he plays h4, attack the pawn on g5, f6, defend the pawn, and bishop e3. It seems he doesn't care at all about being a knight and a pawn down, and plays bishop e3, bishop f5 and rook a d1, attack the queen, queen a3. I'm happy to try the queen, but queen c4, b5, attack the queen, and here AlphaZero plays h takes g5 check, f takes g5 and queen h4 check, king g6 and This move is absolutely insane. Queen h1? What is it? I take the pawn. Perhaps. And here, defending c6 could lead to disaster. For example, queen c6. Defend the c6. Queen a6. Bishop d4. For example, bishop f6. g4. I take the bishop. Bishop c2. Rook e7. And after I take the h7, and after bishop takes e7, queen h5 checkmate, and after rook h8 checkmate. So black plays king g7, and here AlphaZero plays bishop e4. Bishop g6, bishop takes g6, and h takes g6. You see, AlphaZero didn't even consider recapturing the pawn on c6, and it just exchanged the opponent's active piece, bishop, on f5. And here he plays queen h3, and after bishop f6 he plays king g2, prepare for rook h1, queen takes. After rook h8, for example, he plays bishop g4, but Stockfish plays king takes king takes a2, and rook h1. And here black plays queen g8, and c4. Comes another pawn sacrifice, and after king takes c4, clearly queen h7 checkmate, and after b takes c4, white plays f5, and for example g takes f5, queen check, and in this position, for example, rook e8, check, and check, and checkmate. So black plays, after c4, black plays rook e8, and here bishop d4, bishop takes d4, and rook takes d4. Black's knight and rook are totally stacked, and Stockfish has never been this helpless, and he plays rook d8, rook takes d8, queen takes d8, and queen e6, and knight d7, and here AlphaZero plays rook d1, attack the knight. After knight a6, white plays check, and after check is checkmate. So e7 and rook d1 and knight c5 attack the rook, and here the position is clearly wins for white. White takes rook takes d8, knight takes e6 and rook takes a8. Just watch the winning technique here and be amazed. King f6, c takes b5, c takes b5, king f3, knight d4 check, and king e4, knight c6, rook c8 attack knight, knight e7, and rook b8 attack the pawn, knight f5, if rook takes b5, knight d6 check and capture rook. So white plays g4, knight e6 and f3. The knight is passive, so after knight f7 he plays rook a8, and here after knight d6 check he plays king d5, knight c4, rook takes a7, knight e3 check, king e4, knight c4, and rook a6 check, and rook c6, and rook c5, here king e6, and after rook takes b5, knight d6 check and capture the rook. So rook takes g5, king f6, rook c5 and g5 and king d4, and black resign the game because after, for example, knight d6, white plays attack the knight and knight f7, and here he can to capture the knight and wins game so easily. And here, for example, I hope you enjoyed this game. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.